just speak. One word is enough, and I'm no longer so rough. I forget what I was trying to say. I no longer do what I was gonna do, but you're no good for me. That's why me know I said me I think of flee. Me I fi take away myself. Me I fi take away myself. Me I fi hide like a thief in the night. Me I fi get out of sight. Me I fi take away myself. I fi take away myself. I have to utilize I wings. Surely I leave where I is. I said, yeah, I find you very hard to resist. With this relationship I'm gonna desist. But how can I face you when all I wanna do is just taste you? I know you think I play me, I play, but soon you're gonna see the light of day. Just relax, don't move an inch. I'll be gone in a pinch. May I feel take away myself. May I feel take away myself. May I feel I like a thief in the night. May I feel get out of sight. May I feel take away myself. Take away myself. I have to utilize I will.
Welcome to another Real Stuff podcast. Today we have a special guest, none other than Mr. Wayne Armond. A lot of you might familiar with the name Armond. Yes, you know who he is. But before we get to him, let's bring in Flavius in Jamaica. Morning, Flavius. How you doing?
Morning. We are not doing badly at all.
You're not
Nice
doing bad.
sunshine. No, not doing badly at all.
Glad to hear.
And
Glad to hear.
and some news from Jamaica is that the ship workers who will landed in Jamaica today,
Mm-hmm.
and they will be testing them and putting them in quarantine.
Good. So something positive so far.
Yep. Yes, so very positive.
All right.
The other news is I don't know if it's positive or negative or in between,
Just some
but
news.
we are planning. No, why I'm saying that is because the whole controversy of reopening.
Mm-hmm.
We are planning to reopen on the 1st of June.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
But the Prime Minister said last night is that the work from home and stay at home order
Mm-hmm.
will end 31st of May.
Mm-hmm.
So the 1st of June, everybody who can work should be back at work.
Okay. So what about safeguarding yourself? How'd that go?
Well, you have to do the same. You see, what they are doing now, they are giving the workplaces 2 weeks
Mm-hmm.
to adjust their situation so they can cope with the social distancing and all that in the workplace.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing about the stay at home is that 65 and over it still stands for them.
Mm-hmm.
They can't go back to work, or
Okay.
they have to stay home for the most part.
Whoa.
But the government is giving the workers, the workplaces, the 2 weeks to, I guess, rearrange the desk and see how many people in a room and all these different things.
Mm-hmm.
They are giving them some guidelines.
Mm-hmm.
He did not say anything about the mask, but I'm pretty sure we have to still wear the mask and all that.
Okay.
So I don't know what will happen. I'm pretty sure that Jamaicans, as we are, will come up with some, ingenious ways of social distances.
Mm-hmm.
Probably create some tools that the people can work from,
Mm-hmm.
with protection.
Yeah.
So I am looking for something like that. But a lot of pressure was brought to bear on the government. Really, the men at sea.
Mm-hmm.
The other mega news now, which sets Jamaica back a far way, to my mind, anyway, we're way in the boondocks, and now we're going further.
Mm-hmm.
Cicel has just filed bankruptcy.
Who that?
Filed for yes,
Did you sell? Did you say did you sell?
yes, I did.
Oh my goodness.
And of course, digital says that it will affect the day-to-day running, but we know that is garbage, really.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, they're trying to reschedule a part of their debt, and it's not happening. They owe something like $7 billion US.
That's a long, long, long pit to come out. A deep
Of
pit
course,
that.
and I'm not talking about Digital Jamaica,
I know the company Digicel itself, because for them to
Yeah,
owe
all over
seven billion
fact, in
US
fact, the
dollars.
bank was filed in Bahamas,
Mm-hmm.
so it's Digital worldwide, you know. But I saw it coming, and I know I told other people, I
Yeah.
saw it coming, and I don't expect them to be around much longer,
Mm-hmm.
no matter what they say. So we are back to the monopoly of cable and wireless.
Well, we now go
We
deal with
bought,
no sadness yes, this morning. We want some liveliness. So before you go in, you did you know. Make could drop some love upon them. One drop of love.
yep,
That's all we can give them this morning. One drop of love. Because we want this to remain upbeat. Alright? So one drop
yeah,
of
no,
love.
but there's no sadness. All the government have to do is get some more players in the market. That's all.
Alright.
Hmm.
Make the world your vision. Break down every barrier. Look and see with your heart. We're no different from each other. If you live and you love, it's a blessing that brings us together. Together. One drop of love. One drop of love can move a mountain. One drop of love can turn rain into sunshine. One drop of love can make a baby smile. One drop of love can lift our spirits high. Love begins right now, so give someone a helping hand. Equality for everyone, moving in one direction, building trust for a solid foundation. Willing hearts make a stronger, stronger nation. Ooh yeah, one drop of love, one drop of love can move a mountain. One drop of love can turn rain into sunshine. One drop of love can make a baby smile. One drop of love can lift our spirits high. Feel with your heart, heal with your soul, never lose control. You should open your eyes and realize that you are not alone. In a harmony of voices that's united in every way, chanting and singing, dancing and moving all the troubles away. One drop of love can move a mountain. One drop of love can turn rain into sunshine. One drop of love can make a baby smile. One drop of love can lift our spirits high. Give us the words to say of inspiration today. Wisdom and understanding guide us to a better way. No one said it would be easy, but we're gonna make it, believe me. In life for future generations, put your one drop love in motion. One drop of love can move a mountain.
One drop of love. Yeah, one drop of love. Flavius, I know you're ready for your Did You Know? Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready. Always ready. Always.
It's all yours, sir.
Oh, okay. Welcome, listeners. Again, to the Real Stuff Podcast. Did you know section? This morning we have a Did you know, but it also comes under the beauty spots. We're going to speak briefly on the Harrison Cave in Barbados. It is very extremely popular, a popular attraction in Barbados and in the Caribbean. And people from far and wide come just to experience the cave. You go in. There's a tramway that takes you right through the entire cave, and you can see all these nice, beautiful, beautiful things in there. Okay, stalagmite formation in Arson Cave area known as the village. Arson Cave is a tourist attraction in the country of Barbados, first mentioned in 1795. Tourists can access this subterranean environment on a tramway. Okay. The cave was first mentioned in historic documents in 1795, but apparently a lot was not done about it at that time. It was rediscovered in the early 1970s by Mr. Jack Peoples. They were developed by the government of Barbados as part of a tram tour and opened to the public in 1981. So we are getting access to it, early, very early. Small groups of stalagmites, also known as the altar. It is said the left stalagmite is a woman and the right stalagmite is a man on his knee, kneeling, proposing. Arson's Cave is in the central upland of Barbados. It is situated at 700 feet above sea level. And that's basically it. If you go to Barbados, you can visit. The caves are naturally formed by water erosion through the limestone rock. The calcium-rich water that runs through the caves have formed the unusual stalactites and stalagmites formation. Travel through the cave is by a tram. At certain points during the tour, visitors are allowed to alight from the tram and get close to the formations. One main area of the cave is a huge cavern termed the Great Hall, measuring over 50 feet in height. After the Great Hall, the tram stops at the village. At the village, some of the formation have joined together to form columns after thousands of years. Other years the tram stops along the tour is the chapel, the rotunda and altar. Visitors travel through the boys' tunnel via the tram to all depths of the cave. And there, I remember one thing they do inside the cave also is at one point they stop the tram and they turn off all the lights. And you see total darkness for a few seconds. No light at all in there for a few seconds. Very scary. But the lights are back on quickly, and you experience a difference with a situation of no light, which you are not used to, and then back to light. So I would definitely recommend the Arson Cave as a must-see attraction and one of our beauty spots in the Caribbean. That's it for today.
So in case you never know, now you know. Well, let me ask you a question. Can you see you've been inside here?
Yes, I am.
And did they explain the reason why they turn off the light for that couple seconds?
Yeah, they turn off the light so you can experience total darkness for the first time.
Mm, I
Uh,
see.
no light is no light is coming in there, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So under normal condition, they have artificial lights that lit the place so you can
Yeah,
travel
yeah,
through.
yeah, yeah. I know that. I know that.
It is totally dark.
Whoa.
Dark. So they're just showing you what total darkness feels like,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
and then they bring it back on, and you see where you're thing.
Yeah.
It's just an experience.
True, 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 true. Well,
So we don't. There's probably nowhere that we go that is total dark. You know, if you're in your house and you turn off the light, there's
mm-hmm,
light coming from outside, light coming from all over the place. I
mm-hmm.
mean, very low light, but there's light.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
That time you cannot see anything at all. I mean, it's total darkness.
Well, there it is. Another hot spot for you to check
Yes,
out. All right.
beautiful, beautiful. Yes.
So we'll lick some more music and then we bring in our guest this morning. All right.
Yes.
I just don't know what to do with this heart of mine. One thing's for sure, I won't let it blow my mind. I am so scared, I am so blue, but I would rather be alone. Still, my heart lives in a different time zone. Should I take the chance and dare to give all up on the track? Will you break my heart and once again make me cry? Is my honey, just be honest, I really wanna know. Got the blues and I don't really know where I will go. If I don't stand strong, it will lead me astray. And once again, I'll be going through those days. But I will fight for I do not intend again and again to put myself through the misery and pain. Should I take the chance and dare to give all up on the track? Will you break my heart and once again make me cry? Is my honey, just be honest, I really wanna know. Got the blues and I don't really know where I will go. I'm trying to use my head and stay right on top, but every time I see you, resistance drops. Oh, I am really trying hard, but I am losing my control. Got a bad taste of the blues, it hurts my soul.
Yes, 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 indeed. We have with us this morning Mr. Wayne Armond. And a lot of you remember him from the group, the reggae band, the famous Chalice. We don't have no Chalice this morning, but we have Wayne Armond with us. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, my brother. How are you doing?
I'm good, I'm good. And you?
So far, so good.
All right, all right. Let it stay that way.
Yeah, man.
And the family is good also as well.
Yes, yes,
Give
yes,
thanks,
yes.
give
Giving
thanks, give
Yeah, man.
thanks, give thanks.
Every day. Mm.
So you're doing musically?
Well, I was doing quite a few things before this epidemic or pandemic come down.
I'm telling you, I'm telling
So,
you.
in one way, it's bad because I was doing studio work and some live gigs.
Mm-hmm.
And Chalice was supposed to do a gig in Jamaica March 15th.
Whoa.
And everything started to get sidelined.
Mm-hmm.
But in a way, I don't just sit down and waste my time. I have a home studio,
Mm-hmm.
and I've been working on a project that's dear to my heart for years.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been trying to get other people to do the project, but nobody seemed to have been interested enough. So since this we have to take lemons and make lemonade. You know what I mean?
Yes, absolutely.
So one of my favorite artists from the Rocksteady days is a Virgin named Alton Ellis,
Mm-hmm.
and I love Alton Ellis music because it's very melodious.
Mm-hmm.
So it lends itself to instrumental. So I've been doing an instrumental album of Alton Ellis music, and it's turning out real
Wow.
good.
Good, man.
Yeah,
That
man.
is fantastic. Mm.
Yeah, man, it's turning out real good. I'm almost at the end of it now.
Okay.
So,
to
so you turn a negative into a positive.
we have to,
Mm-hmm.
man. Yeah, but that's just one another step, another step.
Mm-hmm.
We have to keep the music playing, and we have to keep the music alive. So we look for, as I say, artists from that inspired me when I was a young teenager.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
He's one of my favorites also.
yeah, man. The more
He's really outstanding, yeah. Really outstanding.
and the more you research it, the more you find out how talented he was. And because what I try to do is, is a man that had hit songs like covers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like Willow Tree and them thing. But I try to keep away from the covers and just go into Alton original.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And when you hear things like Girl I've Got a Date and Breaking Up and Sunday's Coming and
yes.
Lord Deliver Us and the man was awesome, man. Dance crashers.
Yeah,
So turn them into instrumental.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a real pleasure and a good work for me,
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I once saw a clip with Alton and his son on stage,
Yes,
and the
Chris.
son of Chris, and
Yeah.
the son sounds
Chris.
similar to him,
Yeah, man.
So is
Christopher
he recording still? Christopher, is he recording?
Oh yes, man. Yes, but he lives in England,
Okay.
Mm. But yeah, man, he sound just like him dad.
That's good. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
And we soon get
But
him
apart
vibes.
from that,
Mm-hmm.
now there's a song by Chalice that we're going to release on the 29th of May that actually did about a year and a half ago.
Mm-hmm.
But when we did that song, there wasn't anything about COVID. No, none like that in the air. But the song was a song of hope,
Yeah.
The song is called "It's Alright,"
Mm-hmm.
and we have actually got some play with it here in South Florida where I am now. But it's going to be officially released on the 29th.
Okay.
And that's why Jamaica don't hear it yet. So as soon as it releases and we start to put some promo behind it, and I'm hoping that we'll get some good reaction and good play down in Jamaica. And the thing is, I never thought of it at the time, but I should have sent that song to you, Flavius, from yesterday, so you could have run it.
Yes. Yeah. But we will still run it, so send it. We will still run it.
Yes, send it because we have this morning we were running the one that Willie sent to us, One Drop of Love, and it's really beautiful,
Mm-hmm.
But you did that show too with Willie, right?
Which Willie? Willie Stewart?
Willie Stewart, yeah.
No, I didn't do that with him.
Okay.
I didn't record that with him.
No. I'm saying the African.
Oh yes,
Rhythm of Africa,
yes.
yeah. Rhythm of Africa.
Man, I did that show. It was great. It was wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, really doing some excellent things up here.
Wonderful, man.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah, man.
We had him on. I think week before last,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man.
Man,
He's
still.
doing some excellent things.
What I didn't tell you is that this is a podcast we are running, but we also have a radio station.
Mm-hmm.
Reggae Nostalgia, which is our internet radio.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we can,
You can run it
we
on
can,
the radio.
yeah, we can run it on the radio.
Yes, man. I send it for you, man. Not a
Yeah,
problem.
yeah, man. And anything else you have, we will run. Not, no problem at all.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's good, man. That's good to know. That's good. Very good.
But I want to ask you a early question. What is happening with my other friends of Chalice?
Oh, well.
I've heard from her like a long time.
Yes, everybody. I speak to them quite regularly.
Mm-hmm.
Allah is okay. I mean, I'm following the rules and trying to stay at home as much as possible.
Yes, yes.
I haven't spoken to Keith in a while
Mhm.
because I had a mix up with him phone number, but now I get him good real phone number, so
Okay.
I can get in touch with him. But from what I
Mhm.
hear, he's all right. I spoke to somebody very close to him just last week,
Okay.
and they tell me he's fine. My drummer Desi is very miserable because he can't. He's a man that he's a man that gigs every day, or gig every
Yes,
day. So the
yes.
fact that things are the way it is now, but he's good,
Mhm.
good health and good
Okay.
spirits. Yeah,
Mhm.
man. And Dean, the lead singer, you know Dean. We used to play ball
Yeah,
together.
man. Mhm.
Dean and Moby.
Okay.
Everybody basically holding them corner, but they're fine.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful. Just say hello to them for me when you speak to them again.
I will, man. I will.
Yeah. All right. So tell our listeners a little about Wayne Armond and Chalice, and
Well,
probably early days, or now, whatever. Because I mean, Chalice did take the place by storm. Blew away people.
well, yes. Here's what I'm flavors. With me, I don't know where the music bug bite me in my life because I research and go back as far as great grandfather and grandmother, and I couldn't find no musician in the family. But
Oh,
from I was a youngster. When I say young, I mean like preteen, maybe 11, 12. I,
mhm.
I got infected by the music of Herb Alpert. I mean,
Oh
apart
yes,
from what
oh
was
yes,
happening in Jamaica with the Scatterlights, and I
yeah,
remember I just started going to George's and I used to listen to the Scatterlight. The
yeah,
trumpet
man.
hypnotized me. That the sound of the trumpet,
Mhm.
and then Herb Alpert come along with them sweet Mexican
Oh yes, oh yes,
Latin music, and I used to
yeah.
listen. I used to rub out them, my father record them with Herb Alpert, and I asked them to get if they could buy me a trumpet, but a trumpet was so expensive. My father decided the best. I'm not going to spend a whole heap of money on buy me a trumpet, and then I put it down after 2 weeks.
Right.
So they bought me an instrument called a melodica,
Oh yes,
which
remember
is what
those.
made people like Augustus Pablo very famous.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I started to pick out little melodies, whatever was playing on the TV or whatever I hear on the radio. And then I went to a movie at the Regal Theater for those who can remember the Regal
Yes, yes,
Theater.
yes.
And
No a shopping center.
a shopping center, right? And I saw this movie with an English pop star named Cliff Richard. But
Oh yes,
but
yes.
the band that Cliff Richard had was a band called the Shadows, and the Shadows was an instrumental band. And then would back him up, but they would play these guitar instrumentals during the show. And man, I tell you, when I saw that guitar and heard that sound of that guitar, that was it for me. I said, I have to play this instrument.
No more trumpet,
No more trumpet. So my father used to work on Slipe Road, and I used to walk down from Crossroads sometime when I'm going home, taking my bus to go home. And I was going down to my father's office, and I think it was the first KGs, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
Was,
yeah.
and I passed there, man, and there was this guitar hanging up on the wall in the cages. I said, yeah. I go in there, ask so much for that, and then send me something like £6.10. I said, £6.10. All right, I get in 2 shillings for my lunch money. It's time to save. So I wouldn't eat no lunch and I wouldn't take no bus and I save my money till I could have buy this guitar.
Whoa.
And then when I go home and I realized that I couldn't play the guitar, it was like, whoa, it was like tears. I just thought I could have played the guitar like I would play a melodica, but it didn't work out. Fortunately, I was a youngster at St. George's College, and they had guys like Pluto Sherpington and Mikey Chung and Jeffrey Chung. Another good friend of mine passed named Lloyd Samuels. And these guys I would ask them tips, and them would like draw a card and say, this is a A minor, or this is a C major. Go and practice that. And so that's the beginning. Till I formed this group named Hells Angels at school. I had people like, eventually we like Richie Daly, who is a third world, basically an original third world musician. Those were fun days because we had bands like, Circle, Hells Angels. They had a band that Cat Core was in called Alley Cats. That's where I'm getting the name Cat Core. But the kind of in that area, which is something I'm very passionate about because the history don't write is strange, flavors. But the people who come when Bob bust reggae to the world and you have to give Chris Blackwell some credit too for Desmond Dekker and Millie Small and these people, Jimmy Cliff that he put out there before Bob. When reggae bust to the world, and the international press start to flock Jamaica and things, them seem to just write about the history of we come out at Trenchtown and we come out at this. But there is another side to Jamaica music, There in the late 60s and early 70s when I was influenced by music, there were these bands that I'm telling you about, right? Bands that Willie Stewart come out of, bands that Cat Core, Richie Daly come out of, me, all the guys, the original members of Chalice. There was a band that kind of led the way for us, for most of us, named Tomorrow's Children.
Oh, I remember them, yeah.
Because when you had the bands of the day in Jamaica, now remember there are many places to play, in Jamaica. There are many nightclubs that bands play, and you had the Virtues, the Vikings, you had Byron Lee and the Dragonaires, Kestin and the Souvenirs. These are big band with hand section and dress up in a uniform and go play at the Sombrero Club and Dingo Club and VIP Club that was glass bucket. And
Wayne, I must tell you this, I used to live in Bournemouth, I live right beside the Bournemouth Club, Thoroughly beside it.
So you would know all the big band them will come over there to play.
All the big bands, yes.
Right.
Yes.
But my point is, Flavs, is that even though I like Bournemouth now, you would have probably seen Tommy McCook and those guys, even Dan Drummond if you were lucky.
If you're lucky, yeah.
Right. But
Tommy actually lives down there, Tommy and Ozzy Scott, both of them live in
man. Yes.
And Frankie Bonito.
Okay.
Lived in Bournemouth, yeah?
It's funny you should call those two names because my band Hells Angels got a gig at the Flamingo Hotel as resident band, replacing Frankie Bonito. And I felt away. I was 17 years old and I felt away. But I became Frankie Bonito. Him never take it to heart or anything like that. As a matter of fact, him used to counsel us as young musicians, which is what I really did love about the older musician. Tommy McCook is a man who used to counsel you too. You could sit down with him and talk to him, and him not run you as a young musician, you know.
Yeah.
And the other name you call now, Ozzy Scott.
Yes.
Giant Byron Lee in 1978, and Ozzy Scott was the leading saxophonist for that band at the time. And today I'm very good friend with him son, Viv.
Yeah, Viv grew up in Miami, you know.
There you go. Yeah, man. So I want the history to be written to about. I don't even want to say Uptown Man, but that is what it really come to, you know, Flav. Because Tomorrow's Children was a band of Uptown Man formed by a brother named Howard Finlayson who come out of Mandeville. And the original Tomorrow's Children had in people like Afif Lazarus, who today is a very upstanding member of Jamaican society. And you have Pluto Sheridan, man like that, Query and Steve Batchelor, all them boys. And they influence the lot of us who start Third World and Chalice and Bloodfire Party. And those boys influence us, you know, not necessarily Byron Lee or the Scatterlights or the Supersonics, although we get influence from these people, and we're highly influenced by the music coming out in the 60s and 70s of the Wailers and the Melodians and the Paragons, and it was so different. Wailers was crying against social ills. Paragons was singing sweet melodies on the beach. You understand? So we get influenced, but to be a musician in a band and play was really Tomorrow's Children, because them was young and hip like we wanted to be when we reached 18, 19. We was 12 and 13, and them come out, and them boys 3-4 years older than us, and them look good, and them in a uniform, them wear barefoot pants, and you understand? So the history of Jamaican music don't write about that side of it. Them write about the man them with the khaki gunmouth pants side and who come from Trenchtown and Jonestown and other parts of the country. Because you can't Jamaica is such a beautiful place that you can't
sectionalize the music.
You can't look how much great artists come from Hanover, Westmoreland, Ocho.
Oh yeah.
All about St. Mary, man. St. Mary, me come from.
St. Mary, me come.
One of Jamaica's greatest artists, still current and still contemporary, come from St. Mary, and her name is Tanya Stevens. And she's a national treasure. I want people to know that. She's so great.
Bernie Ranglin came from St. Mary too, you know.
Bernie Ranglin still live there.
Yes, still live there. St. Mary, yes.
Yeah, man.
Barris is a St. Mary man too. Barris is a St. Mary.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Barris.
I thought Barris was a Linstead man.
No, Barris is a St. Mary. I'm not to be.
I'm not to be. Look at that.
I'm not to be.
Yeah. And Clarendon, Freddie,
St. Elizabeth. You have musicians from all over. 14 parishes of Jamaica.
I've made great contribution. So I continue with the journey now. So after we formed the Angels Band and that broke up, and I didn't intend to go back into music because I was working as a graphic artist at the Gleaner Company.
That is something I don't think many people know, that you're a graphic artist.
Well, I was. Leave me now. I can still sketch and draw a few things, but the graphic part of it now that gone into the computer age.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
But I still enjoy doing design and doing some drawings from time to time. Yeah, so in '78 I get a call to come and work with Byron Lee, and which made me very happy because it now made me become a professional musician. I had to give up the daytime job now
Yeah.
and join Byron. And I spent 2.5 years with Byron, and let me tell you something, it was a university, Byron Lee Band, a university for young musicians, because I'm now in contact with people like Neville Hines and one a man who I call the musician, one of the most blessed musician I've come to know, a guy named Derek Stewart, drummer, who now teach at Edna Manley. And Derek Stewart is one of the best drummer, I'm just an incredible guy to know and to love, Derek. Um, and as Scott, as I mentioned before, and
Yes.
so I learned a lot in the 2.5 years that I spent with Byron and go on the first tour, and I got a lot of experience. And then a friend of mine who was actually involved in some music with me back in the years before Byron. And me and him couldn't really take tea because he was like a boss and I was trying to be a boss and it couldn't work out.
Two bull can roll in a one pen.
Right, that's the exact words I used to him, you wouldn't believe it. I was working in the studio with Byron. He would just come back from Carnival. And I was doing this Carnival album one Sunday and was working in the studio at Dynamic Sound. And the guard called down and said, somebody wants you up. And I said, all right, tell him I'm coming. And rain are busting on. And I forget about it. And about an hour later, I remember, I said, right, it's somebody up there. I called the guard upstairs, and the guard said, I'm still here, stand up in the rain. I said, what? So I just go up the front of Dynamic Sound, and when I see this bird, him turn around. It's the same dude. And him say, I said, what are you doing here? Him say, God send me to you. That's the exact word. I said, for what? Him say, we have to form a band together. I said, and you see the word where you use, Frankie. I said, two boys are ruling a one pedal. And him said, no man, I've changed. And even in physical appearance changed and everything. And it ended up where I said, no. And him said, well, my brother coming back from like the US next week, come and talk to him and come talk to us. And I said, all right. And we go and talk to him. Because one thing I always wanted to do was play my own music from my write. And I never get that opportunity in Byron Lee Band.
Okay.
I don't know if you remember that Chalice's very first hit song was a ballad called I Still Love You. Woke up this morning and found you gone.
Yes. That's true.
Yeah. I wrote that song when I was with Byron Lee Band, and I take it to them, but they was never interested in doing anything like that.
No ballad at the time.
No, they didn't even want to do original reggae. If them to get a soca tune, they'll probably do it, but I was not into soca that much. And eventually that guy was a brother named Robbie Peart. And from there we started to form Chalice. And I used to go to his apartment like 7 o'clock in the evening, and me and him would sit down and smoke herb and write songs till 6 in the morning. And just envision this band, and we start to draw the members in, and it's mostly me because I was more into the whole music scene. I know people. So Alla used to play in Hells Angels. Alla was a trumpet player in Hells Angels. And he migrated to the US, and I didn't see him for a while. And then I buck him up down at Dynamic Sounds one day, and him say, what you doing? I say, I farm in a band. And say, but we don't need no hand section. And him say, I don't play hand no more, man. I play keyboard. I said, come in. Then I remember Key 2 used to play at a club named the Bohemian
Bohema
Club in
Club.
Alpha Tree.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
Bohema, little small club.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
man.
the guy who used to play the bass in the band there, I always love him. I said, let's
Mm-hmm.
go listen now, because it's clean and play clean, and I'm gonna say I go find this brother, you know. And he was in Canada at the time, but him here I was looking for him when he come back and him turn up.
Okay.
And then he was playing with Sonny Bradshaw band. So when we start rehearsing, now I'm never like the drummer that we were using. And him said, boy, I have a little 17-year-old boy in that Sonny Bradshaw band. And I can bring him to a rehearsal. I said, yes, man. And I bring Desi Jones, man. And that was the end of it. And Desi come in there, the drummer knew that him number was up.
Yeah.
And then Mikey Wallace, who I miss more than, but I can't tell you.
Yeah.
Mikey was actually British born, and family moved to Jamaica. And people don't know this, but Mikey Wallace was first cousin to David Hines in Steel Pulse.
Okay.
The leader of Steel Pulse. Mikey was unfortunately murdered in '99. You know that flavor.
Yeah.
And that kind of put a big spoke in Chalice wheel. But anyway, that's the history. So that's how Chalice formed. And when we started, none of us was, apart from Desi. I mean, I think I was 28 at the time. So it wasn't like teenagers no more. Desi was the youngest man in the band at 19, I believe. And we said we had to do something that going to attract attention quick. We can't wait until we have tune after tune after tune to build our reputation. We have to build our reputation quick by playing live and playing hard and drawing attention. So the very first single we ever released was a song named No Call Me Old Nigga. And we used to perform it in rags. We would dress up in our rags, tear up clothes, and come out. Because the lyrics saying, "Do you remember who I am and what I'm for? I was your soldier when your nation went to war. I was the bush doctor who saved you from the grave. I was your farmer when you thought I was your slave. Okay, nigga." And then the end of the tune now, we just strip off the rags and we in our suit and we just transform. And we started to do these things. Robert Pierce had some glasses that flash or the eyeball that drop out. And we had a hell of a live presentation, energetic presentation. And that started to capture people's imagination. And so we started to build until we started to get recording seriously. And we went to Tough Gang before Bob died, and we used to record, which was supposed to have been our first album, was recorded at Tough Gang on Hope Road. But only one tune from that whole project see the light of day, and which was I Still Love You, which came, because the second album we did was actually what people know as the first, Blasted, with Good to Be There and I Still Love You. And
yeah.
And that's it. So we came up fast, and we held it for quite a number of years. We started to tour. We had managerial problems that mashed up the touring in Europe. We were going so good in Europe, you wouldn't believe. We were going. I mean, you guys have time, or
we have enough time.
Much?
We have enough time, man. That's why it's named podcast.
All the time that you need. All the time that you need.
That's why it's a podcast. We don't have no commercial break.
All right. Yeah, man. And we were doing so good in Europe, brethren. Because here was the thing. I'm going to give you an experience for those of you like Flavius who know Chalice from the early days.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. We name Chalice. We come from Jamaica. We play reggae. But there was not one dreadlocks in the band.
But
no, we were the only reggae band probably in the world that had 7 men with no dreadlocks.
That's yes.
At the time. So the first time we went to Europe, we were playing in a little club in Munich, I can never forget that place. It hold about maybe 150 to 200 people. And the dressing room was right beside the stage. And we go from the day and we set up an instrument and do a sound check. I had no opening act, it was just us. So everything was set. We had 13 away, apart from the 7 musicians. We had manager, we had lighting technician, we had sound man, we had roadie, everybody in the family. And when I say that, I mean just not wife and
No,
picnic,
musicians
just
and
musicians
technicians,
and
etc.
technical staff,
Yeah,
right?
man.
Everybody was on that tour. And we set up the thing right. So the thing is we would go on stage in darkness and then we had this like a tape clip of a tape thing we would play before the engineer would play it, like an introduction to Chalice, build up. Something for about 30, 40, 45 seconds. And in this time we just come on stage, take a couple instruments. As soon as that done, there's you roll the drums and we start and the lights them go up and there we are. And when the promoter the gig come on stage and introduce he's a German, introduced Chalice from Trenchtown, Jamaica, because of course them days they don't think everything that was reggae come from Trenchtown.
Come from
Yeah.
So we hear the audience, excitement, and we're on stage now. We can't see them and them can't see us. And when the drum roll and the light go on, man, we just hear the audience go like disappointed,
Yes,
because
yes.
them say 7 ballad man on the stage, But culture shock now. We nearly drop our instrument because we are looking at 200 white, blonde hair, blue-eyed dreadlocks. Swear, clothes and red, green, and gold, and more button on them shirt, and come up and ice green and gold flag are flying in the place, And we are the 7 ballad on the stage, and them disappointed, and we shocked. But that show was held over for 4 days.
Whoa, yeah.
And packed the place night after night, and the press jump away now. Because the press saying, what is this? This is different.
Yes, yes.
Right? And we start to talk to the press who want to know about are you a Rastafari? I said, why you ask a question? Well, you don't have no dread. Well, we were the first to say you don't have a dread to be Rasta, which was 40 years ago, right? And we never make them know one way or the other what our religious or our spiritual beliefs was. We just people doing the work of the Father, and you can make up your mind who is the Father. But and we start to let them know that reggae is not Rasta music, it's Jamaican music.
Yes.
But it's the ideal vehicle for the message of Rastafari.
Okay.
I mean, Bob Marley come and spread the message through music and things. And we start to get kids start to come to us and dreadlocks kids come to us and say, boy, them in trouble at them house. I mean, these are affluent kids, We say, why you in trouble at it? Because them grow dreadlocks, them to relate to reggae, them grow dreads, then stop eat pork, which German and love pork. Then stop in their weed in their house. And parents can't stand it. Kicking them out of house, no one want to buy them no car, no one say if them don't straighten up their life. And we try to explain to them, say, listen, man, you can love the music, you don't have to take on a lifestyle, You're not Rasta, you don't know Rasta, you don't know what it's about. You're just trying to emulate what you see coming out of Jamaica so you can relate. You can love the music anyway, man. Anyway, you can. And we go back the next year and see the same people clean shave and say, why all them thank us because them family life is 100% improved and
Yeah.
blah blah blah.
And they might get the
And
cars so they want no.
yes, and them still enjoy the music, still go to the show, still burn them weed when they can burn them weed and things. But it's just, it's not like we're trying to corrupt Rastafari, not at all. I mean, we influenced, so heavily influenced by it all. Some of the man them in the band was Rasta. I'm not saying who, but not like Toots. Look at Toots. You ever see Toots with dreadlocks?
Yeah.
All right. But you can't live more than a Rasta than Tootsie Bird. I mean, Tootsie Bird is one of the greatest ever in the history. Tootsie Bird are rating 200, 300%. I rate that man. Love him. I love him. Like more than flesh and blood. Yeah, man. So that's it. And we started to really take off. We went from doing this 150-seater club. We were brought back to Munich after that incident. We were brought back to Munich in 1 month time to play at a 2,000-seater hall named Alabama Hall. 2,000-seater, full it. And we did 2 live clips. One was Jimmy Cliff Trapped, that we did a version. I used to play on TBJ. And the next video we did in Austria on a live television show. Them used to play in Jamaica quite regularly and made a name for it. People think that Trapped was our song when she was actually.
Yeah, I remember that song, yeah.
You guys made it. Made it your song, like how Whitney make I Will Always Love You, her song. You know?
Yes. And the strangest thing is that just 2 weeks ago, somebody wrote me and asked me for a copy of the song. And I let them know we have never recorded that song.
Okay.
Never recorded it. It was just a live version from Germany that was playing on TV so often that people had fall in love with it. And it still is a big part of our live show today, that song, but we never record it. Yeah, man, and then Europe started to get struck down because of bad management. And
on the same tour or after?
No, man. We toured for about 3 or 4 years in Europe.
Okay.
Building, going to playing at the biggest of festivals with the biggest of artists, at the time. Joe Cocker and Huey Lewis and the News, and even U2 was on some of the festival them. And big names, and we have rocked the festival and get in the press. I had a scrapbook full of nothing but press, but it was written in German or Dutch or French sometimes.
Still press.
Still press, Yeah, man, and it was great the work we were doing, but to tell you about the whole management thing would take the next day. But leave it to say that we kind of lost the foothold in Europe. And from 87, we never go back there until 1997.
Okay.
10 years.
How was that one, 97?
You know what was beautiful about that? We had a new album to promote and we were doing music from the new album. But when we touched the older stuff, I remember playing a song that Desi Jones and myself name, I'm Trying to Keep the Music from Dying. And when that tune started, it was a festival, but not a big festival with 70,000, maybe about 15,000 people.
A big crowd still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When that tune starts, I hear 15,000 people in Austria singing, I'm trying.
Yeah.
From there, it was like goosebump, man. I nearly stopped playing the guitar. But after not going there for 10 years. But then in the 90s, now we start to concentrate on Mexico.
Yes.
And we somehow, we got into Mexico actually through the government at the time. They sent us, this was one of the highlights of my life too. They sent us as a cultural representative. Mexico had this big festival called Cervantino, the festival, which is in tribute to Cervantes, who wrote Don Quixote, the whole Don Quixote book.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a festival of literary arts and music, dancing, music, book reading, poetry from all over the Caribbean and South America and things. And we were sent not as a pop band, but as a cultural representative of Jamaica. So Mexico now, which we didn't know at the time, had a ban of pop concerts inside Mexico City because the Mexicans are so eager and them love music so much. Them get wind up when when music come.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that them go on so bad from feeling good, not feeling bad, but them
Yeah, yeah.
feeling
Mm-hmm.
them get drunk and high and mash up the place just from feeling good. Ban 100-mile radius
Mm-hmm.
of Mexico City is any pop concert. So we go there now as a cultural group, and the last show we to play is in Mexico City. But we're playing 4 shows all around Mexico. No, because it's a national festival, right? The 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 government film it and put it on TV for the public to see.
Mm-hmm.
So we go from playing one little place and maybe about 500 people turn up
Mm-hmm.
because it's all free. It's all free.
Okay, okay.
After we did that one, there was somebody from a big university who invited us to come do a show in the university. It's all free. It's our government paying us
Yeah, yeah.
to be here. And we're going to do the show in the university. And let me tell you, we're crushing it in.
Mm-hmm.
And the press start come again. And we go from one city to the next city. And the last one now before we go into Mexico City was this university town. I never forget this. It is like an amphitheater built on the side of the street.
Mm-hmm.
And the highway run right beside it.
Mm-hmm.
But the seats you're looking up. It's all concrete seats, but you're looking up. And you're on this big concrete stage, but you're looking at the audience going all the way up.
Okay.
They're looking down at you, right?
Mm-hmm.
And people turn up. When I tell you, people line on the highway because now Chalice is getting newspaper
Coverage.
attention,
Yeah.
and coverage, right?
Mm-hmm.
And thousands of people turn up at this thing. And the Jamaican ambassador to Mexico asked permission to come to that show.
Mm-hmm.
And so him and him entourage come, and we met him. He was a very lovely man. And him sitting in the front row, I make provision for him. And him sitting there with him entourage. And halfway through the show, we just see when Mexican police full of battle gear and gas mask and shield run in and form a wall between we and the audience and the Mexican ambassador. And the people start boo, and we are trying to explain to the police that everything is fine. People are having fun. Nothing going on here, nothing. And Trevor Roper was the lead singer at the time. Trevor jumped off the stage, and there was a female police in the battalion. And Trevor just got to her and start sing to the woman. We just catch her and start playing music. And him just singing some love song, and we just play behind him. And the woman cut a smile. And the commanding officer must realize that there's nothing. And they march out. And them just turn and march out. And the crowd go red, the crowd go wild when they march out. And the next day, newspaper, brother, it's like we are heroes. Imagine it's like we turn around the riot squad.
In Babylon.
And Mexico now is saying how embarrassed because the Jamaican ambassador sitting right up front there, and the Jamaican delegation come to to Mexico for play for free and the people in Giants and the back and the riot squad. I know somebody lose their job
Yeah.
in that police force.
Yeah.
But we were like heroes. So 2 days later now we must go into this like a place like National Arena
Mm-hmm.
in Mexico City where and let me tell you, the place was like 6,000 people. About 30,000 people turn up. And that was where the problem came in.
Mm-hmm.
But nothing serious happened. And after that, brother, a smart promoter decided, say, you know what, I bring him back them boys in 6 months.
Right.
And we go back and tour out Mexico. And I'm not going to tell you no lie. I played with Jimmy Cliff for 6 years. But I have never earned the kind of money as I did on that Mexican tour. The way it was so great.
True.
And we went back and headlined Reggae Sunsplash in Mexico City, in one of the biggest bull ring in Mexico City. And we haven't been back since that. And it was great. But there's another story I want to tell you about Mexico, which always resound in my heart.
Go ahead, man.
We
Go ahead.
went to the 2 nights. This is before the whole of that tour came down and everything. We went to the 2 nights in a city about 150 miles outside of Mexico City, and it was headlined by Chris Christopherson.
Yes.
Wow! And he was
Singer,
one of my
actor.
yeah man. He was my hero from early days when all them great songs, Take the Ribbons from Your Hair and Morning Coming Down. We don't know the tune. And we opened, it was Friday and Saturday night. And we opened for Christopherson the Friday night. And all I know is when him done him performance, him come in the dressing room. And him said to me, to all of us, him said, guys, you have 2 artists or 3 artists in this world that I don't perform after them perform. One is Jerry Lee Lewis, one is Ray Charles, and I can't remember the other name him called. And him say, and Uno make the third, the fourth. Him say, I not playing after Uno tomorrow. I opening for you. And I swear, on the Saturday night, the man go down, open the show, and we close it. And we became friends. He used to keep in touch with Trevor Roper, send us all a song to record. I still have the cassette with the damn song, and me record.
The man catch him coward, man.
No, boy, discretion was the better part of all, I guess.
Exactly.
But it just shows you how Chalice was loved in that part of the world, and we just our downfall, Flavius and Frankie, has always been management, bad management, lack of good management. You know, I mean, we had a manager when we started. It was Robbie Peart's brother Gary. He was good, and he had good intentions, but him just never have enough contacts to put us where we wanted to be. Never, you know, at the time. So I'm not blaming him for anything. White Chalice should have been bigger than we are. But we had a good run, and we still. The beautiful thing about it is that we still come together every now and again and do our overseas run, or do a some fest or one of them big festivals. I said we were supposed to play for the government tourism enhancement fund on the 15th of March, and that get canceled. So hopefully, when this is over, we'll be back and to do it for them and do some other stuff. I'm in Florida now, and I know people looking forward to see us from the vibes. Everybody, boy, I haven't seen Chalice in so long. I'm gonna love the chalice again. So Flavors, everything you do in this life today take money.
Oh yes.
I
Oh
am
yes.
And it's not even money for to pay the band, but when you think about airline tickets and hotels and per diem and food and things. So
Mm-hmm.
a promoter. Back in the day, you find a promoter that would take all the risk, and then work permits all and something. The boy it take quite a bit of of output to make these things happen.
Hey, Wayne,
Oh,
I am
mm-hmm,
curious because when I used to come with Flavius, come watch you guys play football off Lady
mm-hmm,
Musgrave Road there. I always want to
right.
know how you guys get the name Chalice. How did us come up with that name Chalice?
Okay. I will take the blame for that, but but it's simple. In in the in the Rastafari community,
hmm
you know what the chalice is, right?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And the chalice is not something that a man just build and smoke by himself.
Mhm.
You pass the chalice around. It's
Okay.
a communion.
hmm
And in the church, in the Catholic Church, it's the same with the
With
chalice of wine,
the communion, well, not the
the
chalice.
communion, right?
Uh-huh.
And that represent the blood of Christ
Christ,
and
yeah.
everybody,
Body and blood of
right?
Christ, yeah.
And everybody sip from the chalice.
hmm
So this was our what we wanted to do was make our music a communion. We wanted to pass our music around the world and everybody for sharing this communion of music.
hmm
And since the dread them pass it in them chalice and the Christians pass it in them chalice, we have a pass it in our chalice.
Musical
Yeah.
chalice. Okay.
So basically, that's how the name come about. It's just a representation of a musical communion.
hmm
Yeah, man.
A question I think a lot of people will be asking. Chalice is a show band. Chalice performances are exceptional.
Mm-hmm.
How did you actually achieve that? The choreography and all these things are just ad lib situation.
Yes, basically they just come. They were never something that we say, well, we're going to put choreography in this song. Um, it is usually what we did in 1980 when the band actually, the concept for the band actually started in 79. But in 1980, we all left the bands that we were working in and we went to St. Mary, up in the hills of Gibraltar to live, which are probably the best 6 months of my life in terms
Okay.
of. And we, Flavius, we get up in the morning. Of course, Tony Eruption, who is the drummer for Third World now, him live down the road. Him and Desi would wake us up every morning. Wanna play drum set, wanna play Congo drum. And then play that shit for excuse me. Then play that for 1 hour and then switch.
hmm
There was no but we'd get up normal working day. We get up, we eat breakfast, we rehearse. We chill out for a while, we eat lunch, we rehearse. Then we chill out again, and we eat dinner and we rehearse. And we rehearse. The whole living room of the place clear out and it was set up like a stage.
hmm
And we just rehearse.
That's good.
And we write. And I never forget one night, me and Alan and Mikey sit down on the veranda after we rehearsing all these reggae songs. And I say, so I write this love song way back years ago. I gave to Byron and him never like it. And I said, make me hear it. And I take up my guitar and start play. And Mikey said, wow. And Mikey run to the keyboard and him start playing. I start playing the keyboard and me and him. And I sing the song. And we had a tape recorder.
hmm
One of them little boombox tape recorder. And we used to record all the rehearsals.
That's
And
good.
so somebody just punch the tape and we record the song. And the next morning, Desi would come out and play the tape to hear the rehearsal from the night before. And when he play the tape, the song will start come up. And everybody just come out of them room I said, what that? I said, I'm saying the song we write last night. I said, no, it's a long time I write the song. And they just said, I'm going to play drums on this, you know. Just at the bridge, I'm going to play. Anyway, that was I Still Love You. And we went to Tough Ground and recorded that. So these things happen like that. I mean, we put choreography in songs when it just, I might just do a move and everybody said, wow, yeah, that look good, I could do that. And that's what it happened, you know. Nothing, everything mostly just by doing it, nothing by purpose. That's it. Well, we have to do a dance mix in this, or we have to do this. No, it just come naturally, flow naturally, and that's what make it nice. That's why people used to like it because it was natural, you know.
One thing I loved about Chalice, and I think a lot of people love it, is the whole when you're performing, how easily you can switch from one type of music to the next.
Mm-hmm.
You're thumping down some hard reggae, and then you move down to a ballad, or you move into the spiritualism.
Yes. Well, that come from doing it, Flav. You know that.
That
come
was
from
very interesting.
Yeah.
When you guys did praise him, I figure you guys did go in a gospel. Give me some more gospel song, because to me it was one of the signature mark of Chalice. You could never do a show in Jamaica and don't do praise him.
Yes, that's right. We still can't do a show and don't do praise him.
You guys did it at a reggae sun splash, right, in Jamaica.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was a live, some live. I don't remember if it was recorded live to an album.
Yes,
you know?
There was a live album. There was a live album from Sunsplash.
How was that? How was that? That Sunsplash experience?
Well, somebody that I met recently. Well, not recently. A few years ago, Michael Abrams, Dr. Michael Abrams. How I met him is that his daughter and my daughter used to go to Immaculate.
Okay.
And we had a function there, and he came to me first. I meeting him, and he said to me, he had this book that him document the amount of how many times each artist perform on reggae trumpet. And apart from Third World, Chalice was the most. Chalice performed the most on reggae trumpet.
Wow.
Something like 8 or 9 appearances. Third World did about 12.
That's a whole lot of performances, man. Yeah, man, I'm here. Seems like we lost our guests. Let's bring them back in again.
All you gotta do is just speak. One word is enough, and I'm no longer so rough. I forget what I was trying to say. I no longer do what I was gonna do, but you're no good for me. That's why me know what send me a figure flee. Me have to take away me say. Me have to take away me say. Me have to hide like a thief in the night.
All right, yeah, continue with the conversation. We're back, my guest. We're back live again. Our guest this morning, Mr. Wayne Armond, a member of the great band Chalice. Continue, Wayne, continue.
Yeah, we're talking about Sumfest.
Yeah.
I mean Sunsplash. Sunsplash was really an event. You know, it wasn't just an ordinary festival. It brought something to Jamaica that was special in the time when our music was on the top. When the whole world was watching Jamaica and being influenced by Jamaica. So it was an incredible festival that brought a lot of people together and a lot of good vibes. I personally missed the show. Sorry it never continued, but everything in its own time.
Mm-hmm.
But we have nothing but fun memories of Sunsplash. And we did a tour with them too as well, so it was great. All in all, it was a good time for us. Yeah, man.
Glad for know that you guys are still active, still around, putting together
Yeah,
another project. So this project
right.
that you say you guys were working on, are you working
Hmm.
on this project? It was supposed to be in Jamaica March 15. COVID mess up everything.
Right, right.
Hopefully you guys might able to get back to again to maybe say do this sometime next year, or you have
Oh,
another project you're going, the Alton project that you're working on. How
well,
soon you think you're going to release that?
that's almost finished now, just to get it mixed.
Hmm.
And yeah, but I'm loving that project. As I tell you, the single for Chalice coming out on the 29th
Yeah, yeah, this
of this
month.
month.
Hmm.
I'm going to send it to Flavius. If you send me something, I can send it straight to you.
No problem. We do
When we,
that.
when we finish the conversation,
Yeah, man, we
send me
can
a
do that.
link.
Hmm.
Yeah, man. And I really would appreciate the support if you play it,
You get all
and
the
thing,
support
because
we
I,
have.
I think I think the song, people have been loving it.
Hmm.
Um, People who have heard it, because it gets some sneak preview on the stations up here in Florida,
Hmm.
WAPS. I'm one of the DJs I've known for years, Denver.
Oh,
Musa
Denver.
Silvera, yeah, man.
Jamusa, the man
Jamusa,
Jamusa.
man.
Yeah, man.
Jamusa, a legend, he's a legend,
I
up
remember
here
him
in South
from
Florida.
Mellow Canary days when I
Yeah,
used.
yeah,
First time I
yeah.
heard Mellow Canary was in Ocho Rios. We went on a youth camp and we sneak out
Mm-hmm,
the night
mm-hmm.
for go take in Mellow Canary. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man, Musa. So still at it and still doing wonderful things
Yeah, man.
with,
Him still,
with
yeah.
WNBA.
Been in the radio business for maybe almost, what, 50 odd years?
Yes,
Mhm.
probably.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
This is one of the reasons why Flavius and I started this podcast, because our intention is to get back the people who did music, sports, and culture.
Mm-hmm.
The youths them growing up, or the younger generation, that some of them don't even know the history,
That's
you
right.
know.
That's
And
right.
we
That's
can bring
right.
back artists like yourself, musicians, and people who indulge in sports and culture, to let them
Yeah,
hear some of the stuff them that used to happen, and
yeah,
the
man.
rhythms and things that them hear. Some of them figures say just a make, and these were already
That's right.
played and made and put down years ago, and some of them now resampling it.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
that's
Yeah,
the aim
man.
for our podcast. Make them know
Yeah.
say all time something come back again.
I remember maybe about 10 years ago, I was in the studio producing something with a young band.
Hmm.
And and they are all good musicians, and so they was doing this thing. And I said to the guitarist one time, he was picking the bass line with the bass player, and I said, "Hey, you should have hooked that line a little bit." No, in my days, when I start record, if you tell me, say, hooks the line, I know exactly what to do, because
Exactly.
there was a legendary guitarist who started the whole thing from scare come up named Hux Brown.
Ox Brown from
And
Studio One, right?
so yeah, yeah.
Yeah, man. Ox
And
Brown.
and another one named Lynn Tate,
Mm-hmm.
who was a Trini who come here and influenced the music.
True,
Play a
true.
lot of Desmond Decker stuff. But when you say hooks it means you must roll the string like dig 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 dig. Ting
Mm-hmm.
ting 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 dig dig dig. You make the string roll.
Yeah.
King, king. But him had no clue. I said, brother, you need to research these guitarists, find out where the music come from.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you go to Berkeley College, when you get a enter Berkeley or Juilliard for the first year, you don't play no instrument. You learn about Mozart and Marley
True, 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 true.
You have to learn about where the music coming from, who set
Mm-hmm.
it,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and then you can say, all right, now put your influence, start play instrument, but you have to know where the thing begin and where why this is done and why this is not done.
And it's funny you mention Oxman, because I have a good engineering bridge of mine who do some work for them, Oxman, Brian, and
Yeah.
Joe Isaacs. So those are
Mm-hmm.
three legendary musicians from the Studio
Yeah,
One era.
yeah, yeah, man, yeah, man.
So I'm going to get
Rob
them on the
Brian.
show now. Now that you're flinging Oxman, I'm going to have to get him on the show.
Yeah, man, Ox Brown, man, get
Yeah.
him, man. Them have some story to tell. I tell you, I think I have story to tell, but I there's a guitarist
Mm.
that live up here in Florida that has kind of opened some doors to me since I've been here.
Mm-hmm.
Named Trevor Lopez, and a lot of people might not know that name, Trevor
Mm-hmm.
Lopez.
Okay.
But if you should talk to a man like that because him can take you back from before the ska days
Yeah.
and tell you how it come up and who him used to work with and who influenced him, and it's him have some awesome stories to tell, man.
Absolutely.
Him used to work with the guitarist in Carlos Malcolm band.
Yeah.
Heard about
Yeah,
Carlos Malcolm.
right.
Would I love if you can make those arrangements for us?
Yes, I can get a link for you, man, for sure.
Please. Yeah,
Hey,
man.
hey,
Please.
Wayne, I know you guys are legendary. And Flavius can attest to this because when we used to come a Lady Musgrave, I never used to come for just watch you guys play, but just for you on the talk after the game. And I always find out say Flavius have some of the greatest talkers friend them in the world, like Azzy D and Stevie
As
G,
he did, of
Allah,
course.
you know.
Oh, yeah, man, of course.
So I know say you guys are some great talkers. I know if I'm but about it.
Man, I miss those days.
Oh
Tell you
man,
the
after the
truth.
game, man, the
Oh,
amount of
Yeah, man.
talking where you guys usually
Yeah,
put on, man, it's unbelievable. Talk more than
that's
on the
so
play.
true. That's so true, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, well, it's unfortunate, but friends were made and friends left
Yeah,
from
man.
that little football. But I remember the most tragic thing was when Peter Scarlett died on the football field.
yeah.
Hmm.
Remember that, Flaves? Peter
Yeah,
Scarlett.
I was here today, but yeah.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
great singer from Fab Five.
Yeah.
Yeah, but friends were made, man, and friends. Boy, it was great.
Yeah.
Those days were great. No animosity among
I'm
nobody.
telling you. I'm telling you, the 70s was good
Hard
too.
football being played and everybody happy. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, Flares, I'm telling you, we live a decent life, brother. Can't lie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
To this point, man, all right. So we go further and we tread on more miles to the journey, and we try and make it as best as we can.
True, true.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
So we have,
And with programs like yours, we teach those who don't know where we're coming from, and it's great. Happy to be on the show, my brethren.
I'm glad
I
you could have make it.
Yeah,
because
man.
I think people need to know about, I mean, we hear about legends all the while, but we just skip past them. We don't really go into who they really were,
Mm-hmm.
What did they do? You just hear a name and say, oh, them was great,
Mm-hmm.
and that's it. But we need a little more, we need a little more than that.
Yeah, man. I mean, listen, I don't know if the youngsters know. There's one thing I give credit to the youngsters about, Flaves, is that they are much more tuned into the business of music than we were.
Oh yeah,
We-
definitely.
We were so tuned into the creative side and the artistic side that we never bother even say you write a song, you just want to hear it play on the radio. You know business if it sell 1 or a million.
Yeah.
And then later in life it come back to bite you when you find out how much other people are benefiting from your work and not you.
Yeah, right. Mm-hmm.
So that was the dangerous part about our enthusiasm and things. Um, and all these threads that we make across earth and all these people that we influence are great. I mean, any musician of our generation will tell you, if we influence one person to do the right thing, we feel like we've done our duty.
Yeah.
The good thing about the youngsters is that um, them paying a lot of mind to the business now and how them protect themselves.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And thing. But them, I'm sure them don't know what it is. I mean, at Chalice first tour to Rotterdam, I remember 13 months in a one-bedroom hotel on the road because that is all we could afford.
Yeah.
All we could afford to get one room and sleep. Man asleep on countertop, man asleep on tabletop. Two men asleep in a bathroom, one catch band, the top one head on the sink. No, I'm telling you, and these are things you have to endure. And you play and promoter said, well, sorry, I can't want to give you this. And that wasn't enough to put van in your bus so you could go to the next town.
Mm-hmm.
So we know what it is. We know what it is for go through a hard time for what we believe in, And we come out the other end. We're not rich, but we come out still with sanity. We come out with
feeling good. Yeah.
All right. And who knows? Maybe one day, before maybe somebody would take a Chalice song and make it into what, But we're happy for the young generation. I mean, I see people always criticize. The music have to change. It have to change, and we have to give thanks to people like Chronix, of course, come to my mind first, because that I know him to talk to, and we have had a few conversations, and his head is where it should be. I mean, musically, he's not a one-trick pony. He's very talented, and listen.
Yeah.
I know we talk about listening to Hux Brown. I hear him do some work, and I have to say to him, "My youth, you listen music?" And he say, "Yes, man." And I said, these background vocals that I put on this song remind me of the Shy Lights and laugh and say, I know all them people there. You know what I mean? So it's a good youth to spearhead this generation. Protege, I like him approach to music. I like is a good youth. I think he will influence a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
Jesse Royal is the next youth when I have so much time for. So there are guys in this generation of music that I think will carry the flag and keep Jamaican music on the foreground for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And that is what we need. We have done so much work already for it to end now. We have to keep it going.
No, it won't end now. It won't end now, man. I mean, the rhythms that reggae has become an accepted genre of world music, just like how salsa or blues or rock and roll is an accepted genre.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's not just a fad music anymore. Years ago, it had become accepted. So for anybody to do reggae now is just a matter of anybody from anywhere in the world going, let's give this song a reggae feel. You know exactly what it is.
True.
What you're looking for. So, but we in Jamaica now, the technology has changed and made it possible for. I was telling people the other day that technology has made it possible for me to sit down in my apartment and do a whole album of alternate songs.
Yeah,
that's the great thing about technology in the hands of a musician.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But you have technology in the hands of some kids who they are as good at it as playing a video game. Them
Yeah.
don't know anything about music, but them can take this beat from here, so and take this chord pattern from here, and cut and paste and cut and paste. Till them have a wicked rhythm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of getting a little DJ or a singer with some talent to come put a song on it. So that is how the world turned. Because when I started playing music, you have to go into the studio and face some of the best musicians and sing your song and then put the music to your song.
Yeah.
But nowadays, the singer go in and have to put a song to the rhythm that make already.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Turn around. So that's it. But I mean, for whatever purpose it is, we will still going to get the occasional big hit song like Coffee did last year.
Yeah.
I mean, what a lovely little young lady that is.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
I just hope she don't burn out too early and just want to face herself.
It depends on our handlers, you know. Our handlers are the people now you have to hope that they do the right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I went back just 2 days ago and listened to her singing at Emancipation Park, a tribute to Usain Bolt. And this is before she get the big bus and everything.
That's how it all started, they say.
Yeah,
tribute to
and then
Usain.
when I really listened and the lyrics that this child was composing, I said, my gosh, it's brilliant, man. It's brilliant.
There, something is there.
Oh, more than something. She just needs. I don't want them burn her out, as you said, Flav. The handling.
Yeah.
I don't want them burn her out because
somebody have to talk about the handlers then, because they need to be careful what they do.
Yeah, man.
It can happen so fast, and you don't know until everything is gone.
Same as fast as it comes, it can go, yeah, man.
Yeah.
But brethren, listen, man.
How do you see live music in the future? Yeah.
There's nothing like it, Flavs. There's nothing like it. It's one thing.
I know that, but you know, one time, like when you just started, live music was the order of the day in Jamaica.
Right.
No, don't happen anymore.
Well, it does in little pockets. I mean, this is why jazz and blues used to draw the crowds, and some fest, I guess, will draw the crowd. Once we're reggae, where Sunsplash lost their focus was that they thought that the event was bigger than the people and the event.
Yeah.
They thought that you could have put Reggae Sunsplash, just announce it and put anybody on the bill. The crowds would turn up. But that wasn't so. That wasn't so. You have to have the acts that the people want to see.
Yeah.
And this is why Joe Bogdanovich is going to do well with Sunfest, because him not drawing for no foreigner to do the work. But the lineup when him put a Damian Marley and Popcorn and whoever it is on the same night, him know that people going to turn up to see that, you know. So live music will always live. There are these things in America and in Europe what I'm called rave, which I've never seen the like of it. It's not live music. It's just a DJ, one guy on a stage, massive stage, and lights, and it's 150,000 people who turn up to just jam to this electronic music.
What?
Yeah, it's huge. The rave, they're awesome. They are now drawing, but still, once you have a big festival in Europe, it's the same live music. I tell you, when Chalice was touring Europe, the biggest show we ever did was a show that was headlined by Joe Cocker. at 3 o'clock in the afternoon when Chalice went on stage, it was 60,000 people. I never seen 60,000 people yet in front of me. I see 10 and 12,000 at Sunsplash. But to see 60,000 people, and when Joe Cocker came on at 9 o'clock the night, there's 110,000 people in the park.
Massive.
Yeah. But that was then. But now is the raves that are drawing these. But a good festival will also draw these numbers. But my problem now is, when will that ever happen again because of this coronavirus?
Yeah, the COVID, yeah.
When will people be able to gather in their hundreds of tens of thousands again? You know, without mask and 6 foot apart distancing. What? It's very interesting times. We're going to see. We'll see what happens.
We'll see it work out. I'm looking forward to it too, because the sports arena, the sporting arena is suffering bad.
Suffering, man, for real.
And then also, live performance, music,
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. We'll see what I'm going to work out, because I'm going to work out something.
That's right.
Yeah.
Anyway, brethren, I have to move. So, listen, it's been a really nice morning talking to you guys, man.
It's a pleasure having you with us this morning, Wayne. Thank you.
Yeah, man. Please, good to hear from you, my brother. And I'm going to send you the song. And send me your
I'll text you the information when I come off the air. All right.
Good, man. All right. And bless up all your listeners. Keep safe, keep well, and everything will be all right.
And the same to you and the family. Take it safe and be careful out there.
Of course.
All right. One love.
Blessings.
Okay.
We're going to give you a little revival time, my listeners who are listening to us live. Hear it from the man himself, Mr. Wayne Armond. Little revival time from the group Chalice. Yes, you know it, go up on YouTube channel. We cannot give you too much of the song. But I want you to know that if you have a Gmail account, you automatically can have a YouTube account. Well, you automatically have a YouTube account once you have a Gmail account. So all you got to do, just like and subscribe when you come on to us. You don't have to sign up again because you already have a Gmail account. And that was, mentioned to me by my good friend Bishop, the peculiar one. And thank you very much, Bishop, for that information. I also want to big up Left Hand Promotion. I want to big up Mike Campbell in Canada listening. And to all the other listeners who are not in the chat room, big ups to you this morning for tuning in. And our special guest this morning was Mr. Wayne Armond. Flavius, what's your weather like in Jamaica? Because my weather is just beating me up.
Bright sunshine.
Well, by weekend you're going to have some rain. I can tell you that. Whenever we have rain, Jamaica get rain after that.
But let me just say something about the Gmail account.
Go ahead.
If you open your Gmail account, have it open, that means that it is live. When you go to YouTube takes all information from your Gmail account.
Mm-hmm.
So So as long as you haven't signed out of your
Gmail.
Gmail, then all your Google, because when you set up a Gmail, you actually sign up to the Google suite like Google Drive, YouTube. All of them are in one package.
Yeah, you get the whole package. You're right. Absolutely right
Yes,
about that. You get the complete
yes. So
Google
as long as
package.
you're signed into to Gmail, then when you go to YouTube, you're signed in already.
Hmm.
You're in. Yeah, you don't have to do anything else. That's a nice thing about it.
True,
So,
true.
like we said, like Frank saying, like and subscribe and hit the bell so you can get notifications when we post new new videos. But we're gonna be posting at least five days a week, every week, Monday to Friday. We are here, different topics, different guests, different things, you know. And we ask you to leave a comment. Leave a comment. If you like what we're doing, if you don't like something, or you can request that we do something. Any of those. But we want the interaction. We want to hear from you. We want to converse with you.
You
So
wanna
we hope we can have a big conversation on a daily basis
you wanna tell
from
them
every.
who your guest is tomorrow?
Yes, tomorrow we have another very special guest. We are honored to have the chairman of the Charlestown Maroon Council, Mr. Michael Lumsden.
Good,
So
good,
he's
good.
going to bring us up to date about the Charlestown Maroons and what they're up to. The Charlestown Maroons, for the past 11 years, have been having a conference and festival, international conference and festival in June, somewhere around the 23rd of June. And this year because of the pandemic, we are looking to have a 1 day conference and festival in a virtual manner because we still can't have big gatherings. I think the order for 10 people together is still standing. So although we can't have that, the conference is usually a 4 day conference. So we are just doing 1 day, which is a Quad Day celebration. That was a specific celebration each year. So we are keeping that this year in a virtual manner.
Hmm.
And we are setting it up so you can participate, enjoy it via YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. But as the days go by, we will let you know. We'll keep you abreast of where the developments are. But we are putting that together as we speak. And I'm pretty sure on the 23rd of June, we'll have this festival for you. And you can come live with us and enjoy the conference that you normally do if you come into Charlestown on the day.
Okay, okay. Well, it brings us to the end of today's show. And as always, continue to exercising your social distancing. I don't know how long it will last for, but whatever you're doing that keeping you and your family safe, continue to do it. And as always, I implore you, prayer do changes things regardless of what religion you belong to. Continue praying. Until tomorrow, this is Franco.
And this is Flavius saying, I still am just holding on to the distancing, the social distancing, and staying at home. Keep away from everybody as long as you can. Not because countries are trying to open up that you should just go out there, for no reason. You still have to keep calm because we still don't know enough about this thing. What we do know is that it's passed on from person to person. So if you are not in contact with people, then you should be okay.
All right.
And if you're in contact, you wear your mask to minimize to minimize the catching the virus. So you stay away, social distancing, wear your mask, and stay home for the most part.
And with that said, we are going to take where we self.
Yeah,
Well,
let's take.
unfortunately, this is it. Till next time. Bless.
All you gotta do is just speak. One word is enough, and I'm no longer so rough. I forget what I was trying to say. I no longer do what I was gonna do, but you're no good for me. That's why me know I send me a fickle flee. Me I fi take away myself. Me I fi take away myself. Me I fi hide like a thief in the night. Me I fi get out of sight. Me I fi take away myself. I fi take away myself. I have to utilize I wings. Shorty I cleave your eyes. I said, yeah, I find you very hard to resist. But this relationship I'm gonna desist. But how can I face you when all I wanna do is just taste you? I know you think I play me, I play you, but soon you're gonna see the light of day. Just relax, don't move an inch. I'll be gone in a pinch. May I feel take away myself.